And we are live. Welcome to the BJ GADDOUR Podcast. I'm going to jump every once in a while with some live podcasts, lower production value, but content nonetheless. Got to keep that pumping out. Today, I want to talk with you about the Taylor Swift workout. Now, like many of you, I have seen enough Taylor Swift in the last couple months for a lifetime. It's not her fault. It's the slutty media that just constantly has her in our feeds. But ultimately, the reality is she's a global superstar. She has our attention, whether we want to see it or not. And I was actually very, very impressed when I saw a recent article about the workout she used to get ready for her Eras tour. This is a 3-hour set. And she said this is the first time she ever did like true preparation from a physical conditioning standpoint for it. So here's a quick clip from the Times article. Her training regimen included running on the treadmill every day while singing the entire era set list aloud. Fast for the fast songs and a jog or a fast walk for the slow songs. And she followed a specialized strength conditioning program, weights program at her gym, Dog Pound, doing 3 months of dance lessons as well. So, again, like the longest I've ever ran, and again, I'm 6'2", 225-ish, around that most of my adult life. So, I've done like 6 or 7 miles, which is like the equivalent of like 60 to 90 minutes based on the pace. And I built up to that too, because I'm not naturally a runner. I'm big, I'm heavy, and I've had a history of knee pain from playing football and all the lifting bullshit I did when I was young. So I got to a point like, what do I do with this? I keep going. Now I've done really long hikes, like 10+ mile hikes that can be, 3 hours or more, but, I'm not talking during them typically, or, it's a focused walk, or if I'm just talking briefly, right? Brief conversation, but mainly just going. To sing while exercising is super challenging. I don't know if you guys have ever tried it. Actually, I do a good amount of that personally when I'm stretching, I'm doing mobility work or doing light exercise, because I enjoy singing. It also allows me to kind of just, focus in more and just make sure that because if you can sing while doing something proficiently, you have a master of the breath and the body control required to do it. Now, and by the way, going back to the previous thing about overexposure, like overexposure is a real thing. Like I felt that on a much smaller level than Taylor Swift. When I was a fitness director of Men's Health and people were seeing in their feed, and this stuff goes out to millions of people multiple times a day. They get sick of you. It's a natural thing. Some people just don't want to see you that much. And again, it was my job. I had to make a lot of videos for them and get out there. And after a couple of years of being there, people were just sick of me. They didn't want to see me anymore. So I understand overexposure. It's a real thing. But at the same time too, like, it's frustrating. I know it's frustrating when you're not even like looking for it, but it just keeps getting served up to your feet. Obviously, it is what it is. But when I prepared for DVDs, and I've had to shoot 5 straight days of like just working out all day by myself, doing the workouts, talking, motivating, trying to entertain. It's a nightmare. It's not fun. I hate it. I've never liked it. It's a big part of why I am where I am today, because of those DVDs doing well and getting out in front of a lot of people. But the preparation you have to go into that, like you can't just wing those. You have to really get your body ready. And I would always kind of put on a weight vest and try to do the workouts that I would be doing in the video leading up until, especially if there were body workouts. I train with the weight vest. So by the time I got to, doing the workout on camera without the weight vest, train heavy so you can play light, so you can be more free and flow, and it's not taxing you so much. The problem with this stuff is when you're doing a production like this, you're set for X number of days and you got to get as much in the can as possible. So you're shooting about 3 to 6 workouts a day. And when I did the original Speed Shred workout, we had I remember after the first day, like my knees were blown up. They were just swelled up like grapefruits. I had 4 more days to shoot. I was in some cases adjusting the workouts I had programmed on the fly because I had trouble bending my knees at some point. My knees were so swollen. So I started doing like more hip hinging style workouts, or I actually made like on the fly a swings workout because I knew like I could at least hinge at my hips. So it is so taxing to have to talk and exercise. or in her case, sing and dance and combine all that for 3 straight hours. The longest I've ever shot consecutively was 90 minutes. When I did this like 90-minute swing-a-thon, it was 10 different swing workouts that I just did back to back to back outside in the summer heat in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And, that in and of itself was just super challenging. But I wasn't doing choreography and had to be in sync with the rhythm and coordination of that, the focus required. So, that's next level. And one thing I like to say, again, like if you can, like I can do single arm push-ups. I can't sing or talk while doing single arm push-ups. Now I can sing and talk while doing regular push-ups. So in some cases you can say, well, that's an exercise I have true ownership of, right? Can you entertain? Can you have fun? Can you kind of freestyle while doing an exercise? And if you can't, it means that exercise you still need a lot more work on. That exercise requires maximum focus, recovery, intensity, and you hope to one day get to the point. Like if I can sing doing single arm push-ups, that probably means that I can probably do single arm plyo push-ups. So I do look at that as kind of a litmus test for how you can own an exercise. Can you talk during it? And obviously singing is that next level. And I know a lot of people, we've got a lot of a male-dominated audience. So obviously I don't think singing is probably in men just don't seem to sing a lot. I don't know. Or they hide it because they're worried what people think about them. But that to me is a really nice litmus test for your ownership of an exercise. And again, you could look at that workout the way she did. It's kind of a classic mixed intensity, or you could say high intensity interval training setup for 3 hours, which is can't really go high intensity for 3 hours. But running fast during the fast songs, but singing while doing that, and then backing off to a power walk or a slow jog during the slow songs. I mean, that for just 30 to 60 minutes is probably beyond the capacity of the average regular exerciser. Not to mention, like the average person can't even do that for 5 or 10 straight minutes without probably passing out. So that's elite level fitness from a cardiovascular standpoint, and be able to do the choreography with it. So it is impressive. And again, I'm not a fan. I don't listen to the music, but and obviously, like you, it's in my feed constantly. But doesn't mean I can't respect the dedication that goes into that type of performance. And people just don't understand what's required. And we were watching, like you, the Super Bowl halftime show, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, this is just not impressive to me." A 45-year-old doing crazy, some of the best choreography beyond most people's wildest dreams while singing, roller skating, and it's not impressive. Yeah, because you just sit your ass on the couch and you don't do anything. I'm not saying you do. I'm saying the average person, like, unimpressed by Usher's performance at the Super Bowl halftime show. So, again, like, and I know this from just standpoint of filming workouts, and I just started again. I just posted to the dailybj.com, free 7-day trial, cancel anytime. All my workouts, past and present, over the last decade, ad-free. Anything I share on YouTube is coming much later down the pipeline and with ads. So we'd love your support. And again, if you're watching this, a simple like, share, subscribe means a lot. It helps us a great deal. So many of you are watching this content multiple times a day, and just that 1 second of just pressing that like button, you have no idea how much it impacts the content and helps me get more stuff out to you guys. So it's much appreciated. Though, again, I don't expect anything. So, but we just added a new real-time arms workout, nice little arm warm-up, elbow care into 3 consecutive 10-minute circuits that get harder as you go, using a mixture of bands, dumbbells, and body weights, and a nice little post-workout massage as well. And I'm doing them again in real time because, again, people, those kind of go both ways. Some people like those workouts and they like the extra personality and entertainment factor, and they, people are like sick. They like to see you suffer. People always say, "Oh, it's great to see you're a human being and you also feel the pain." Yeah, but I'd rather do that workout on my own personally, so I can really focus in on it. But some people like it, some people hate it because they don't like me, and they rather just get the more the other options I have here, which is just I teach you the workout, then I do it with B-roll, and I'm not talking. It's automated. You can kind of do your own thing. So we still have those options too. But just having done that again, like now at 41, like I could not. I maybe could do what I did back in the day when I was like 29, when I first shot the MetaShred DVD. Again, that was 5 straight days, 24 full-length follow-along workouts, photo shoots. I was absolutely dead. I was in tears by the end of that. I had explosive diarrhea all week, swollen joints, particularly my knees. Like I could barely get through that. I was on the verge of a mental, emotional breakdown. Very short with people on set. I did the best I could not to snap at people because they'd be like, hey, we got to shoot another one. As I'm just like, I could barely get through the last workout, my 15th workout in the last couple of days. So I get it. And so show some respect. I really, truly respect that training regimen and how she's able to pull it off. And again, she's doing shows back to back to back. A 3-hour performance, that's like an NBA game or an NFL game. And those guys can barely get ready for the next day. And they're not singing. They're not having to they sometimes entertain and dance and do some showmanship, but not to that level. So she definitely has my respect from a preparation standpoint. Regardless of whether you like her music or not, that is some next level fitness and cardiovascular fitness and just preparation. So while I'm on here, if there's any questions, feel free to drop them in. I'll answer. If not, I'll pop off the screen here. Just jumping in quick to I read the article. I'm like, that's really impressive. Like, I don't think people really understand. Try it. Try to sing a song you're listening to while running outdoors. And obviously you don't want to do it at the gym, or you do it at home, and see how long you can do it. And then try to do it for 3 straight hours. That is next level. And again, how you can apply that to your actual workout. Again, I look at a lot of the mobility work and the practice work I do. I like to put on some good music. I'll sing along, have fun, kind of just black out and get into a flow state, if you will. And that has allowed me to really get the most out of those sessions, make them more fun and engaging. So, try it, see how you can apply it to what you're doing. And from a cardiovascular standpoint of getting ready for an actual performance, that's the one thing that I would actually do routines sometimes. Like if I knew I was going to have to do 3 workouts in a given day to film, I would do them back to back to back, and just without speaking, because again, like to do them back to back to back like that, I like to hold a little bit in the tank, and then when the lights come on, just perform. But that's one thing I might start actually applying is I've actually never tried to speak and coach, like I guess practice the actual performance. I would just practice the workouts and do them at a higher level, knowing that I could come down a little bit in intensity to make up for the talking and that type of stuff. But that might be what I start applying. And I will say all the breath work I've done since the pandemic, when I decided to really kind of dig into this and push my breathing capacity, I don't get nearly as taxed as I used to. Though I will say, when just doing that arm workout that is now live at the TDBJ.com, like I was fucked up the rest of the day. I mean, it's just arms, but doing it with that level of intensity, like I couldn't really do any more work the rest of the day. I always take a nap in the afternoon because I'm old, but finally kind of feel right again today on Friday. So, but I'm out of practice with it. And so what I'm trying to say is I took some definite notes from that preparation and performance. I think you guys can apply to that as well. And just super impressive, super impressive. I'll finish off with a couple housekeeping items. I don't see any questions, which is fine. We have coming my protein powder and coffee roast blend is going to be launching, I think, next week. And really excited. The protein is fantastic. It's a mix of whey and casein for fast and slow absorption. All natural ingredients, minimal ingredients, nice, clean, smooth taste. And the coffee roast is a nice, bold, dark blend that it's neuro coffee. It's actually good for brain health and focus. So stay tuned for that. A lot of great content here on YouTube as of late. I post a mostly daily short. That's, ideally 10 seconds or less. It gives you something you can do right away. I think you guys might enjoy that vertical form content. A bunch of instructional and follow-along workouts as well. Longer form podcasts, variation videos, how-to videos. So again, anytime you see those, a simple like helps us a lot. If you want to see more of it, it can really help us get the word out to more good people like you. So hopefully that was helpful. And just want to jump in quick on this Friday to share what I was thinking about how it can apply to your workouts. So hope you found it helpful. If not, I got the content done. So have a beautiful weekend, guys. Peace.